I think a lot of brands
they always have one
they
line
die, or no, I'm saying like a lot of brands, the brands that don't make it is because they just go on their own trend and they don't really have a story. Like, I mean, if you think about it, like, I mean, like even the streetwear brands, like even like the Hundreds, they have a story. You know their story from 2005 or whenever they started. You might not even like their clothes right now, but you're gonna support that brand just because you know.
We've always talked about it like that. Like, you know, like even though we don't wear certain brands, there's still brands that we have nothing but respect for, and we respect like their whole vision and their whole focus. Because you know the story, and you can tell it's genuine because they were doing that before it was cool to do it. You know what I mean? They were. I mean, not even. I mean, not just the Hundreds. Those brands.
You said it's this trend, as you said. Now it's like just like you even relate that to photography, where you everybody's a photographer. You know, you have Visco edits, and people can just take dope pictures compared to people that actually learn the art of photography. And, and it's getting to that point where there's just so much information here that you're not inspired anymore. You claim to be inspired by something, but you're just copying something. And you can't. And when you sit down and you put all these different ideas that are trendy together, it's the same thing. There's nothing that's different about it. When I go to a store and I see all these clothes, I can't pick out something that I say, wow, this feels different. What is this brand? Or what is this art? Or what is this paint? Or what is this? Like, what is it about it that I like?
When it comes to photography, it's like super evident. There's so many times that I'll scroll through Instagram, right? And it's like literally there's so many pictures that just look like each other from different people. And it's kind of like, you know, one person will come up and do something very creatively, and the next thing you know, everybody tries to jump on that bandwagon. Do you know, especially like in fashion, right? It's kind of like you had Tommy Tongue. He was like one of the first people to start doing street style pictures, right? And now everybody tries to emulate them.
But it's not even a bad thing. I think what it is that it's not a bad thing because
you can't run away from that. But you just have to tell a story that relates.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing that people like try to do, because I feel like when we talk about the internet, some of these people would never know what their passion was if it wasn't because of the internet. The only thing is like. There's a lot of people that can fake it too, so it's like it's a two-way street, because you got yours who like, I would have never found this if I didn't know about the internet, and I really like this, and then you got those like, man, this is cool right now, let me do this. So somebody asked me one time like, would I be like, how do I feel about like all this photography and all this and all that, and you know, because they knew that I was doing it. I'm not saying I was like one of the first people ever doing it, but I was doing it before like Instagram was even like out there. And I said, man, I don't get worried about this because it's like it's something I like to do. And if somebody doesn't really like doing photography, they're gonna stop when it's not cool anymore.
Well, I think going to your point, people, as you said, I got inspired by the internet because 3-4 years ago, I was just a straight up engineer. I was in Georgia Tech taking fucking fluid mechanics. Taking calculus 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 years ago, I just randomly, I don't know what happened. I felt like God just like woke me up and said, "Yo, nigga, you need to do something different." And I
those exact words.
In those words, and I just like I had like a weird ass epiphany. Like I was working for GE in front of fucking jet engines, and I just looked around, and it wasn't like I was overwhelmed by the engineering shit because I know it. But I just looked around and something just like, yo, man, you need to do something different. And the internet helped me. Because it inspires me, and I see all this artistic shit is so amazing, and I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that.
But then the only bad thing about the internet,
I didn't copy it, but I was a fan of it, and I needed to learn the art of how to make it.
But the only thing with the internet too is a lot of people see instant fame, and they think that's what they chase, and that's what they chase is instant fame.
See,
it's like,
okay, like I'll say this, right? I think like me and Justin have known each other for a while now, right? And I think that one of the first things that probably made us friends though is because we both had a vision of what it is that we were doing, and we were just being ourselves and being genuine, right? So then when we linked up, this is the whole thing. Like I've watched Justin's like photography progress. Maybe not from the beginning, but from a certain point. And I've seen Justin take pictures where now you get all these influx of people that are moving down to Detroit in general and taking the exact same pictures that I've already seen you do years before. Do you know what I'm saying? And then they try to make it become something like it's like profound.
Yeah.
Like it's never been done before, and it's like, yo, this shit is the same shit I've always seen.
Yeah, that's
really,
cool,
when
man.
I see it now, I'm kind of just like, yo, you're a tourist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to go to the Packard and take pictures of graffiti? Yeah. That's great. You're a tourist.
I think and I think it's cool because it's like, you know, at least people are getting out and doing stuff and they're not out like shooting each other. But it can get annoying sometimes because it's just like you'll meet somebody and they like, I you know, some people have these egos and it's like,
That's
you know, I've been doing this and this and this and all that. And I'm like, oh, cool. You know, I'm not the one. I'm not the one to be like, you know, I've been doing this. You know, I'm like, cool. You know, you probably wouldn't even know unless you like go through my Instagram and go down like, dang, hold on, I was just talking to dude. You know, I didn't know he'd been doing this like that. So I think it's the ego that kind of just frustrates me sometimes, but it doesn't frustrate me to a point. I'm just like, it'd be like, oh, all right, but you know.
You know what's a clear example though of it is that when people started filming their own music videos, right? Mm-hmm. And then everybody just started doing it. And then you would get kids that did it all the same way. They would try to keep it raw and gritty with camera shake and all that other shit. They would add the same effects. Yeah. And you're like, yo, come the fuck on. Like,
but then now you see, but then it just, so if you had that
content is put out there for other people to be inspired by.
To emulate,
but as you said, some people don't understand the difference between inspiration and straight up just copying.
But those people who copy stuff,
though, Kanye West.
Yeah.
Kids wait for him. Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Kanye West is 10 years ahead of everybody.
Oh, okay.
And Kanye West, wait, let me finish. Kanye West, wait, I know you're not gonna kill me. But Kanye West, I look at Kanye West and I'm inspired by his hunger. And just the fact that he has the ability to see things that people can't see now and make it 10 years, 5 years ahead of people. And it makes you see things or give you things that you didn't even know that you wanted.
But you know why it's like that though? We touched on it throughout like this whole conversation. But the reason why is because he's not closed-minded and he continuously works with new youth.
New youth, and he's hungry to learn. And I feel like I say to myself, if I ever meet Kanye and he's just standing back trying to learn from me, I'll be nervous and not want to share my information because why? Because I'll be inspired by that, but I know because it's Kanye. Yeah. The information that I give him, he's gonna take it to levels that I can't even think of. But if I walk into the room and I'm learning from him, I'm more comfortable because I'm in that position where he doesn't know what's on my mind, but I'm learning from him. And rather than him learning from me, because I say if you ever walk into a room where you're the smartest guy in the room, I don't want to be there. I want to be the dumbest guy in every room I work in because
that's the only way that you can progress.
That's the only way you can learn. If you are in a room and you're the smartest guy, I'm taking my bag and I'm walking right out.
No,
because you're not gonna learn anything there. At that point.
But at the same time though, you gotta think about it like this, like every person though that Kanye has learned something and took something from, he's put on.
Yeah. So
he would
at the same time, but going back to what I was saying, Kanye West creates something, like his new collection. It's okay.
I like it.
I'm talking about the full clothing collection.
Yeah, it's all Matrix inspired though. Like,
and now you're gonna have this new street brands are gonna come out
with the same thing.
With exactly the same thing.
They already did.
Then what I'm saying is,
before his,
look at this man.
Out.
There's so much you can learn from him than just copying exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. People don't. That's why I use Kanye as an example because kids don't know the difference between I'm inspired by Kanye and I don't want to just copy.
What's crazy though is that Ye got that whole inspiration though from what was just going on in fashion at the time.
Yeah.
Because what was going on at the time, like we were already on that trend where we were wearing oversized and baggy shirts. And going back to shirts that were form-fitting but extended or either oversized or extended and whatever. And we were doing that, and then it kind of Kanye took that and made it mainstream. Yeah.
But the thing is, fashion is it's a cycle. Things come.
Oh yeah.
So you can't claim that you're the first person to do it. everything has been done.
Yeah. Oh,
it's permutation. It's how you execute it. It's how you put it together. It's your presentation now.
Just the way
the mood that you're going for, the fabrication. It's so much that goes into it. But when you break it down, it's the same thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, with any type of market though that's out there for any product, that's how it goes.
And that's why clothing pieces, clothing designs cannot be trademarked because they've not figured it out. Because when you start looking at, okay, so for example, if you had a piece of shirt, you can't trademark this because the pattern, you can trademark the pattern, the engineering, the way it's put together, the process. So if somebody else does it like that, you can sue them for that. But actually you're saying, oh, I want to trademark this design. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's why it's just so easy for you to just look at something and just copy it. It's like free. It's just free game. Whatever you see, you make.